Hello everybody and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're having an amazing weekend. Let's get right to the charts as Bitcoin is right now still trading below this capitulation week right here after we had a nice move to the upside yesterday, bouncing from the lows right here after our RSI got oversold. Right here you can see we had a nice move towards the upside of almost 5%. The same goes for Ethereum. You can see Ethereum actually reclaimed this low right here. Very important. We are currently trading above it. So it is safe to say that it right now is looking better than Bitcoin. But as you know, if Bitcoin starts dumping lower, then of course we are going to be seeing Ethereum also start losing this level. But for right now, it is looking pretty nice. It depends how this weekend close plays out. If we start closing the weekly candle above this moving average, we might get a relief pump next week to potentially 108, 109k, and then it is possible that we start breaking down. Now some of you asked me if I can give you a swing trading strategy. Basically, if you need a swing trading strategy, you want to go on the daily or on the weekly time frames to confirm the trend that you're in right now. So basically right now you can see once the moving averages are sloping to the upside like this on the daily and weekly time frame, we can consider it being an uptrend. But as you can see on the daily right now, they are starting to curve to the downside. So this signals a potential trend change. And with this trend change, you could have looked for selling opportunities at the top right here in this order block that we have, or you could have looked for buying opportunities at the bottom of the range. So right now where we are trading exactly would be considered the lows of the range, and you would not be wanna be selling or shorting basically at the bottom of the range where price is sitting as support. You first wanna see some kind of a retest of the highs and then look for a potential sell opportunity, because right now, as you can see, as I always say, price is sitting at S3, which basically means support. So you want to be buying at support and selling at resistance. So if we enable basically our monthly pivots, you can see right here we are right now below the monthly S1, and if price does not reclaim, the next level would be the monthly S2, which would be considered another long opportunity. Or if we start losing this level, the monthly S3 would be considered also another very nice buy opportunity. Now if we go on the yearly time frame, you can see we have our yearly pivot sitting at $80,000. We are right now losing the yearly R1, as you can see, after rejecting from the yearly R2. Basically this whole year the move has been down from 74k all the way up to the yearly R2. We got 66% of a move to the upside, and right now if we measure another move down, that would be a 36.9% of a move down, basically 46.7k in price change. Where if we measure from the bottom to the top, we had 50k of price change, which would be considered exhaustion in the Bitcoin price. And as you can see right now, we are having that correction. So right now it is possible that we might get a bigger correction, since right now we are also having a pretty deep correction. Basically 20% is $26,000 in price change. And if you look at it historically, once we got like 20 to 30k in price change, price tends to be reversing. Like you can see right here, we got a 30% dump, price reverses. Back here from the all-time high, we got 23% dump, price then reverses. The same goes if we go back in 2021. You can see we got $35,000 in price change, price reverses, then we got a correction, another one, $35,000, price reverses. So this is what I am talking about potentially for Bitcoin to be playing out, and for a nice swing strategy, this is what you want to be considering. Basically, you want to be buying at the pivot supports of the longer pivots, like the yearly and the monthly. And for your weekly day trades, you want to be looking more at the weekly pivots right here, and potentially at the 4-hour and the 1-hourly moving averages. Even at the 30-minute ones, they still give a very nice signals. Now let's go back to talking about some of the altcoins. As I said, Ethereum is right now at a very important level. If we lose this level, as I said before, we might go down all the way to this bottom right here, 2800, or the next bottom of the range, which would be sitting exactly right here. You can see at 2000, the low $2,000 for Ethereum, and from the all-time high that we made right here, that would be a very big correction. You can see 57% or $2,000, almost $3,000 in price change. That would be a potential turnover point for it, and then we can start being bullish again. Solana right now is trading below the weekly supports. Of course, we are going to be getting new weekly pivots every week. Today's Saturday, so we are still right now with the old ones. The POC right here is, as you can see, sitting at 145, and the value area low is sitting at 127 for Solana, which is the next potential target. If we lose this level right here, HYPE is still trading above 40 and above the 200 moving average, which is pretty nice to see. As I have told you, this is in my opinion the strongest coin right now, second to Bitcoin. SUI looking really bad. XRP also consolidating at the lows right here. The pump token still consolidating lower. We did have a potentially bullish close of the stock market. You can see basically we are bouncing from the moving averages as support, but we are still, as you can see, trading below those pivot supports. We are also below the monthly pivot on the Nasdaq, and also below the monthly pivot on the S&P 500. So this is something you wanna be taking in mind while looking for Bitcoin trades, how the stock market moves and how the dollar moves. As you can see, the dollar is right now still strong, and what this means basically, once the dollar is strong, Bitcoin is getting weaker. So for right now, this is what I'm looking for. We did have our open interest rose yesterday, and then right now, after we made this top right here at 104, as you can see, once again, once we got into the weekend and the markets closed, it started to decline once again, and price is right now having that correction. You can see to the downside, basically not much action going through the weekend. And yesterday during this move up, you can see liquidations have stacked lower. Once again, we have a lot of liquidity sitting to the downside than to the upside in the short term, which is also something to be watching. Very, very important. Fear and greed index actually went up. We are right now sitting at 25. You can see right here after almost dipping in that extreme fear zone. And if we look at the Bitcoin ETF inflows, you can see we had basically over 1 billion of outflows during this week right here, which is something very, very important also to watch out for, and something that will be impacting the price in the coming next weeks and months, since, as you know, the Bitcoin ETFs are actually non-stop growing, but right now we are having a short-term sell-off or potentially the bigger institutions know something that we don't, basically that the retail traders don't, and they are selling off some of their profits. You can see right here we had on Friday, basically yesterday, over 500 million of outflows for the ETF, and then we started to dump once again. You can see right here on the lower time frame, long versus shorts for the day. Right now we do have overall more buyers in the market. They are trying to push the price to the upside, but right now you can see Bitcoin is struggling, as I have told you. Funding rate is right now starting to flip negative on some of the major exchanges like Bybit, you can see. So this is something also that would be concerning. We do have US data next week, but as you know, because of the government shutdown, we won't be getting this data potentially if they don't open up again. But as of the looks of it, this won't be happening anytime soon. Potentially this might continue until the end of the year if they don't come to an agreement soon. So no data next week, basically no CPI, no PPI. Of course, if we don't get them, like we got the CPI data a couple of weeks ago, just the data, even though it's shut down, we do get the data, but I don't think this is going to happen again, but we'll see about that next week. And I think this covers it for this video, guys. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.